Every morning, life gives us a silent invitation, a moment, brief and quiet, where we get to choose how the rest of our day will unfold. It's not just about getting out of bed. It's about waking up, truly waking up to what matters most. We often hear the phrase, you have two choices: continue to sleep with your dreams or wake up and chase them. And while it might sound like a simple motivational quote, there's a deeper truth hiding within those words. Think about it. How often do we hit the snooze button? Not just on our alarms, but on our lives? We bury our passions under routine. We silence our desires beneath doubt. We settle into comfort zones that feel safe, but slowly steal our time. We sleepwalk through our days, checking off tasks, going through motions, always busy, yet rarely fulfilled. But what if we woke up differently? Not just the sound of an alarm, but to the sound of our calling. What if, instead of starting our day scrolling through distractions or racing through responsibilities, we pause to ask, what truly matters today? What will I do that aligns with who I want to become? These aren't lofty questions. They're the kind that reorient your focus, the kind that slowly build a life of meaning. Waking up to what matters is about choosing purpose over autopilot. It's realizing that every sunrise brings a chance to reset, not just your schedule, but your mindset. It's about being aware of how you spend your energy, what you pay attention to, and whether those things are building you up or burning you out. A dream doesn't come alive by accident. It comes alive when you decide, consciously and consistently, that your life is worth showing up for, not just existing in, but fully living in. That choice is yours. Every morning, every moment. And it all begins with waking up. Once you wake up to what truly matters, the next challenge is learning to let go of the noise. And the truth is, there's a lot of it. The world we live in is constantly buzzing. Notifications, opinions, pressure to perform, to compare, to keep up. It's a non-stop stream of voices telling you who you should be, what success looks like, and why you're not enough yet. It's easy to get swept up in that current. Easy to mistake busyness for progress, popularity for purpose, or likes for love. But if we don't learn to quiet the noise, we risk drowning out the sound of our own soul. Letting go of the noise doesn't mean escaping the world. It means creating space within yourself to listen to what really counts. It's about recognizing that not every voice deserves your attention, not every trend needs your energy, and not every opinion should shape your path. The world will always try to distract you with urgency, with drama, with the next big thing. But your peace, your clarity, comes from being still enough to ask yourself, is this helping me grow? Is this aligned with who I truly am? Think about how often we give our time to things that leave us feeling empty. We scroll for hours but feel more disconnected than ever. We chase achievements but still feel behind. We say yes to everyone else's needs while quietly neglecting our own. That noise, though it may not always be loud, is constant. It creeps in through comparison. It steals your focus by pulling you in 100 directions. And worst of all, it convinces you that your worth is something to be proven, not something to be owned. Letting go of the noise is a practice. It takes courage to say, I don't need to do it all. It takes strength to step away from things that look good on the outside, but leave you feeling hollow inside. It takes honesty to admit when you've been listening more to the world than to your own inner wisdom. But when you begin to filter the noise, when you stop letting every external voice dictate your value, you begin to hear something far more important. Your intuition, your purpose, your truth. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is pause, to turn down the volume of everything outside and tune into what's happening within, to ask yourself, without fear or filters, what do I really want? Not what's impressive, not what's expected. What's true for me? The more you let go of the noise, the more space you create for clarity. And clarity is the birthplace of intentional living. It's where focus is born. It's where peace begins. And ultimately, it's where the life you actually want starts to take shape. Letting go doesn't mean losing. It means choosing what deserves to stay. Because in the silence that follows, you'll rediscover something precious. The sound of your own direction. Taking responsibility for your life. There comes a moment in every life when you have to stop waiting for someone to save you, for the perfect opportunity, for the right time, and realize the truth that no one is coming to build your dream for you. It's yours. And if you want it, you have to take responsibility for it. In a culture that constantly offers excuses, distractions, and someone else to blame, it's easy to point fingers. It's easy to say, I didn't have the resources, or I wasn't born into the right circumstances, or they didn't give me a fair shot. And yes, life can be unfair. Systems can be broken. Doors can be locked tight. But none of that changes one thing. You are still responsible for the direction of your life. That's not a burden. That's power. That's freedom. Because once you own your story, no one else can write the ending for you. The moment you stop waiting and start moving, your entire world begins to shift. Responsibility is not about guilt. It's not about beating yourself up for what you didn't do yesterday. It's about owning your choices today. It's about deciding that you will not let your past define your future, that you will not let your circumstances become your cage. It's about refusing to be a passenger in your own life. This country was built on the backs of people who chose action over excuses, who face impossible odds and still move forward, who believe in something bigger than comfort, freedom, purpose, legacy. That same fire runs through your veins. It's the reason so many people come to America seeking a new beginning. Because deep down, we all crave the chance to choose our lives. But freedom without responsibility is chaos. And ambition without action is just a fantasy. If you want real change, you have to take the wheel and start driving it. Start where you are. Maybe you weren't handed a perfect starting line. Maybe life hit you hard and left you discouraged. But you are not stuck unless you choose to stay stuck. You can learn. You can grow. You can pivot. You can rise. But you have to stop outsourcing your power. Stop saying, if they would just, or when the world changes, then I'll, and start asking, what can I do right now to move one step closer? It might be a small step. It might be uncomfortable. But progress is built on small decisions made with big intention. And let's be honest, this path isn't always glamorous. Taking responsibility means doing the hard stuff even when no one's watching. It means showing up when you're tired, believing in yourself when no one else does, and holding yourself to a higher standard than the world demands. It's grit. It's self-discipline. It's refusing to be a victim in your own narrative. That's how leaders are made. That's how legacies are built. Not by waiting for perfect conditions, but by rising in imperfect ones. So don't wait for a sign. Don't wait for approval. This is your life, your dream, your shot. Own it, claim it, build it. Because once you take full responsibility, you unlock something that can't be taken from you, ownership. And with ownership comes power. The power to create, to change, to become. This is your moment to rise, not just because you can, but because no one else can do it for you. There's something deep in the American spirit, a raw, unshakable belief that even in the face of hardship, we rise. That when life knocks us down, we don't stay there. We stand up, dust ourselves off, and come back swinging. That fire is called resilience. And if there's one truth you need to carry with you through every challenge, it's this. Your struggles don't define you. Your response does. Life will test you. That's a guarantee. You will fail. You will fall short. You will face moments where everything you plan falls apart. But those moments are not the end of your story. They're where your strength is revealed. We live in a world that talks a lot about success, but not enough about what it takes to get there. The late nights, the self-doubt, the rejection, the failures no one claps for. Behind every triumph is 1,000 unseen battles. And if you want to live a life that means something, a life that lasts, then you need resilience. Not the kind that just survives, but the kind that transforms. The kind that says, this broke me, but it won't bury me. I will rise from this, stronger, smarter, and more determined than ever. Look at the people who inspire you. The legends, the leaders, the innovators. None of them had an easy path. They didn't become great in spite of the struggle. They became great because of it. They let pain shape purpose. They turned setbacks into stepping stones. That same fire lives in you. But you got to stop treating hard times like dead ends. Start treating them like training grounds. Every time life throws you into the fire, you have a choice. You can burn or you can forge. You can become hardened by the heat or molded by it into something more powerful than you were before. And let me tell you, resilience is not about pretending to be okay when you're not. It's not about putting on a fake smile. and pushing through pain like a robot. It's about showing up even when it hurts. It's about choosing not to quit, even when quitting would be easier. It's about believing in your future, even when the present is falling apart. That kind of resilience, that relentless, defiant hope, is what builds legacies. It's what carves your name into the world, not with noise, but with grit. In America, we admire the fighter, the one who takes hits and keeps going, the one who gets knocked down 9 times and stands up 10, not because it's easy, not because they feel invincible, but because deep down they know that greatness is earned in the struggle. You don't grow when everything is going right. You grow when you're pushed to your limit and still choose to move forward. That is where character is built. That is where warriors are made. So the next time life tests you, when things feel heavy, when nothing's working, when you're tired and broken out of answers, don't shrink. Don't give up. Look that storm in the eye and say, "You will not break me. You will build me." Because resilience isn't about never falling. It's about refusing to stay down. And in that moment, when you rise after everything tried to hold you back, you become unstoppable.